It's amazing. He gets a glass of Flint tap water, and I swear to God, he drinks it like this, like this.
Better drink that whole glass.
Watch this.
Can I get some water? Come on up here. Give me some water. I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Usually when something isn't a stunt, you have to say
It's
that.
100% a stunt. When was the last time a president stopped a speech to ask, can I get a glass of water? Did it again. Here's another one. Watch how he did it this time. Watch he gets up his mouth.
You know, generally I have not been doing stunts here, but, you know.
Oh, it's one of them days. This is take 20. CaveFam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Happy Friday, y'all. Hope everyone had a good week. Hope everyone has a good weekend. We're back with another reaction, y'all. We got some crazy things. This year, it's only been a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it feels like it's been 6-7 months already. Looks like we're going to war. We just dropped some bombs last night. We got Michelle Obama, some hints, some people saying she might be the next Democratic runnee, right? Kick Joe Biden out. You got to keep it real, y'all. If she wins it, if she runs, it's going to be a hell of a race, y'all. It's going to be a hell of a race. Got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. Well, we're going to get into that. We got some flood talk. We got all that coming up, y'all. But I just want to let you guys know down below the link for Apple Podcasts and the link for Spotify for the audio version of this video. I'm going to start posting all my videos on there now. Just audio version. If you guys want to listen, go down there, hit me with the follow, give it a listen. You know what I mean? If you're out there running, working out, and you can't watch YouTube or at work for all my drivers over the road, you know what I'm saying? That's for you guys. So enough with the chit chat, y'all. Let's get into the damn reaction. This is the 30th take. I've been here for 30 minutes trying to get this right, and I just couldn't get it right. But I'll be damned. This was the one. It's not the one, but it's the one. All right, here we go. I don't have a drink today. It's one of them days, y'all. I'm telling you, it's one of them days. But let's sit back, enjoy.
Last night, the U.S. struck over 60 targets in Yemen at 16 locations. They used over 100 precision-guided bombs and missiles, 15 F-18 Super Hornets from the USS Eisenhower, and 4 Royal Air Force Typhoons from Cyprus were used in the operation. Russia has condemned the operation, has called for an urgent UN Security Council meeting. But notably, Russia abstained from a Security Council vote yesterday that called on the Houthis to stop, which is interesting because they could have vetoed it. Meanwhile, Erdogan says that the U.S. and UK are trying to turn the Red Sea into a sea of blood, and it appears the Houthis have gone back to attacking ships again, with the UK reporting an incident on a commercial vessel off the coast of Yemen today. So follow to stay in the loop.
Live pictures for you there of massive protests. This is in Yemen's capital of Sana'a, happening right now. This morning, Houthi rebels vowing to respond after the U.S. and UK strikes overnight, saying their forces will not hesitate to targets on land and sea to defend Yemen. Now, the U.S., for its part, is downplaying fears that these strikes overnight against the Iran-backed militias in Yemen could lead to a wider war in the Middle East. A Houthi military spokesperson says the U.S. and UK strikes killed 5 people and injured 6 others.
Think about that, y'all. Think about how many people just came in our border. What do they say? Millions? Hundreds and thousands? If not millions? There's got to be a couple Houthis in there, right? Just dealing with odds, right? I'm a guy of odds. Just the odds. There's got to be some Houthis. The FBI already came out saying there's hot cells in all the big cities out here in America to be on watch, right? FBI saying that, right? That ain't me. That ain't a TikTok compilation reactor. That's the FBI saying that. Congress is mad at Biden, calling it unconstitutional what he did. We need to come together, y'all. We need to come together. We're very divided right now.
The 6-foot social distancing sort of just appeared and likely lacked scientific basis? What? Boy, I'll tell you, no one saw that coming. I thought for sure we were saving lives with the 6-foot stickers. You know, like you're standing in line at 7-Eleven and you had your designated sticker, so you knew you were 6 feet apart. I thought that was for sure saving lives. You're telling me that it lacked scientific basis? If anything, I was thinking the 6 foot maybe wasn't far enough. I was always saying I was advocating to go for 8 feet, not 6. What are you going to tell me next? That I shouldn't be wearing a mask outside while protesting or wearing a mask while alone in my car? What else are you going to tell me wasn't based in science? That when I was eating, I could pull my mask down on the airplane or in a restaurant, but when I wasn't eating, you had to mask back up to save lives? You going to tell me that just appeared out of nowhere too? Come on. Remember, we follow the science. okay? Every life, Matt. We're in the business of saving lives.
Doesn't believe him. We've gotten, a letter.
That's some big news, y'all. It's so crazy how soon we forget. I think about it sometimes, like how soon we forget that not just the country, the whole world, but we're just going to talk about the country, was shut down. We were told not to go outside. I used to work for LabCorp, so I used to pick up all these COVID specimens. I quit in June of 2020. So March, April, May, those were the big months. That's when COVID took off and all these tests. Like I was picking up those tests. I was driving home, getting stopped at checkpoints by the I forgot what they're called. The not the army, but the National Guard. They were out there, stopping. What are you doing? I had a form that we printed out that my boss gave me saying, I'm okay to be out here driving. I was in my LabCorp van because it was a company car that I would bring home. But I remember how crazy those times were. Like I'd be driving home at 10 o'clock at midnight and the National Guards got the street blocked off with their guns out. Like that's how crazy it was. And now they're coming out saying, 6 feet was just brought out of nowhere. Like that is so crazy that just 4 years ago now, that's where we were at as a world, as a country, like driving down the street and the National Guard with their assault rifles were asking me, what are you doing out here? And now this is coming out. Crazy, crazy stuff. And look at this, The View.
Poured in yesterday.
Look who they have on there, giving them all this love.
Is that really his hair? Oh my God.
Okay, you ready? Come on, just check it out.
No, it's true. It's real.
It's not very pretty, but it's real.
How did it feel like when they really attack you and they do a hair
They
joke?
really are. The hair I'm used to. Excuse me, you attack my hair all the time. I got used to. You were worse than they were.
I stopped.
No, you were worse than they were. And you know what, Barbara? You know what? Look,
It's real.
It's really mine. You know, it's
Things together over the years.
She is very sexy. I want to tell you.
He knows how to get to me.
Strange things happened over the last couple of years. It's called Twitter. And I have this account with millions of people.
Right.
And I've got all these, and I used to say I want to own a newspaper. This is better.
Are you a birther, Donald?
Something on that birth certificate that he doesn't like.
Oh my God.
Johnny, I love you. I'm telling
I love
you.
you too. I think that's the biggest pile of dog mess I've heard in ages. Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add president of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
I think the country is doing so badly, they want somebody that's going to help it. I think the country has never been in a position like it is right now. It's being ripped off by every nation, every intelligent nation in the world, whether it's China. They're taking our jobs, they're making all our product, and then they loan us back the money, we pay them interest.
That is
whether
crazy.
it's OPEC, which is, I mean, they're having a field day right now. I think people want somebody now that's going to protect them and protect this country, because we're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way we're going right now.
If you,
When we have
We see where we're going now.
George Bush, he gave us Obama. I'm not a big fan of George Bush. I'm not a fan of Obama.
talk about who gave who,
I know,
baby,
Whoopi.
because
I
we're
don't think I'm going to get
all
Whoopi's vote.
If you did, let me just ask, if you did be
And she likes me. She even put me in the movies.
just gonna say.
She put me in the
Okay,
movies,
yes,
right?
we
A
are
long time ago.
friends.
And how much did I charge? Nothing.
Like they
right?
say in the
It was a
drama.
freebie.
if you did beat Obama though?
Listen, Donald, so far, there's nothing you haven't been successful at. You're a great character. You're a great friend of ours. We don't know whether you should be president, but we do know that you will enjoy watching.
But you do admit
The
I'd be a great
Apprentice.
president.
You have possibilities.
Barbara, don't blow it.
You two seem to get along with me, says I love you to Whoopi at the end.
Well,
What's the
people
biggest
say all
difference?
kinds of stuff. The person who began running is not the person I knew.
You were also friends with him. You went to one of his weddings.
I wasn't friends with him.
No?
Don't get carried away.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. Such a touchy subject nowadays, but I just see him as just a normal, down to earth on their interviews, right? As like just somebody to go on there and joke around with, kind of like having a comedian on there, right? They're joking, they're laughing. I don't know, yeah. You got to be touchy subject, right? It's very touchy subject. But check this out. Look at this.
And I know I'm okay.
And look at how the audience reacts. Like they don't sound happy about this.
Is because I already had some Flint water. There we go.
Listen to him back there.
I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Oh, it's a stunt. Look at that little sip he takes.
Now, I'm going to talk about this. Everybody settle down. This is a feisty crowd.
See?
I'm thirsty. Can I get a glass of water? This is not a
They
prank.
didn't like that.
He just takes.
That was disrespectful.
It goes like this. You never seen it?
That was disrespectful, what he did right there. You know what I mean? Those people in the audience, their family, whatever, died from that. Their community died from that. And he comes, this is not a stunt, takes a little sip, probably from a Fiji bottle of water, right? You want to be true, show me a water hose, bring a 1,000-foot water hose and bring it up and let this, pick a random guy to go turn that water hose on and we're going to drink it, right? Don't get a clear bottle of water. That was disrespectful. That got me a little heated seeing that. He'd lose my vote.
No. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
no.
It's amazing. He gets a glass of Flint tap water, and I swear to God, he drinks it like this, like this.
Better drink that whole glass.
Watch this.
Can I get some water? Come on up here. Give me some water. I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Usually when something isn't a stunt, you have to say
It's
that.
100% a stunt. When was the last time a president stopped a speech to ask, can I get a glass of water? Did it again. Here's another one. Watch how he did it this time. Watch he gets up to his mouth.
You know, generally I have not been doing stunts here, but, you know.
Oh, really?
But he didn't drink it.
Obama said that the greatest regret of his presidency was not thinking about what would happen the day after they overthrew Gaddafi. And you're like, but you didn't, like, we just did it in Iraq. You didn't,
Yeah.
that wasn't your thought?
You didn't
Like,
think-
you didn't think maybe
Maybe
this
it'll go crazy.
Yeah, this could
Do
be
we
bad.
have journalists in Libya now?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they've done a few pieces on, like, the open-air slave markets. I haven't seen anything in a few years,
Who's
though. Like,
running Libya?
I don't think anyone's running Libya. Libya is, like, basically warring tribes.
Jesus Christ. And the only way someone's going to take control is the biggest warlord.
That's usually how it goes.
This is why Barack Obama is elected, because he was the most anti-George W. Bush thing that people could think of, right? And then Obama comes in and continues all of the Bush policies after running on, I'm going to repeal all of these policies. And then, and look, there was a pivot. It was in 2012, okay? It was when Obama was running for re-election. And what did Obama come out and say for his re-election campaign? Did he come out and say, hey, look, remember I told you I would close Guantanamo Bay? And I did it. No, he couldn't say that. Did he say I ended the war in Iraq? No, he couldn't say that. Did he say we're not torturing people anymore? Did he say we're not dropping bombs? No, in fact, by this point in 2012, not only had Obama continued the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, he had also launched a stupid regime change war in Libya. He was starting to fund a civil war in Syria, and he had the drone bomb campaigns in Yemen and Pakistan. So what did he say? He's got this base of liberals who he hasn't done anything that he promised. So what did he say? I'm for gay marriage. I'm the first president who's ever been for gay marriage. And they put the White House up with the pride flag colors. And if you go look at it, look, this was a concerted effort from the top. You can go look. There are these nexus charts where you can map out words in major publications. I'm not talking about mom and pop news outlets. I'm talking about the New York Times, the Washington Post, like the big dogs. Go track how many times the word racism was mentioned. And around 2012, it shoots up. Yep. Social justice shoots up. Transgenderism.
The worst of what he did was overthrowing Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, funding the anti-Assad rebels and starting a civil war in Syria, funding the Saudis and giving them the green light and refueling their fighter jets so they could genocide the people of Yemen for 8 freaking years. Yeah. The shame is he did none of it. I think I put probably more blame than anyone else on him, because he was supposed to be the response. And then he got in and just continued the Bush administration. That's where you end up with Trump.
I bet there's no conversation about it. I think once you get in, once you're in the Pentagon, once you're in the Oval Office, once you're meeting with these people and you realize, like, holy shit, and then you realize this machine behind you that's pushing all the buttons, and you're a spokesperson for this machine.
Dems could discard Biden for Michelle Obama in
Okay, all that leads up to this. Check this out.
2024, which, by the way, this was just a couple days ago, September 23rd. It's not a story of a year ago or something like that. So, some people have alluded to this, saying, you said you were with Roger Stone last night. Roger fully believes Michelle Obama is going to be the one that's going to come in. He suggested that she could be parachuted into the 2024 national DNC, scheduled for August 2024, in her hometown of Chicago, as a way to avoid a divisive primary, potentially with the assistance of superdelegates.
As a way to avoid a divisive primary. No, as a way to avoid the vetting of candidates. Our candidates should be vetted. The whole process is about vetting a candidate. And so, parachuting in is a really convenient way of not being asked tough questions, of allowing the media to just, go gaga over somebody. I would need, as a voter, and I hope that Democrat voters would want more vetting on where do you...
They ain't going to care. If she runs, nobody on the Democratic side, like people that are voting, are going to care. They're going to get women's vote, right? They're going to get the minority vote. They're going to get all that back from Trump. They're going to get all that if she runs. That'll be that'll be crazy, y'all. If she runs, nobody's going to care that she didn't campaign, nothing. Nobody will care that they'll vote for her. I already know it. And then we'll be right back where we're at. Inflation, all that. Talk about Trump for another 4 years on CNN, MSNBC. He'll run again, do it all over again. It's going to be interesting. They're saying August 2024. We'll see.
You stand on the
That's
issue.
last minute.
And there's been a lot of corruption from the Obama campaign was very corrupt. And there needs to be some questions asked of that. But the media will never ask tough questions of Obama. You saw the interview that Tucker did, the man who made accusations.
Larry Sinclair.
Yes, many years ago. It was out there. He took a lie detector test. He spoke out about his
thirsty,
sexual relationship with Obama.
Mm-hmm. And drug use.
And drug use, yeah. And the media never covered it. They knew about it, and they never covered it. They were told, if you cover this, you will never have an interview with Obama. You will be iced. And the media never.
See, and that goes back to my last video about the Peloton, Dana White saying, get it out of here. That media is going to be, once that media dies, they're not going to be able to control people like the PBD podcast or Joe Rogan's podcast or, Sean Ryan, if he has them on there. Like, they're not going to be able to say, you'll never get an interview with him if you talk about that. All right, bye. Right? But if you say that on CNN, you're fired, whatever. So that, they got control still, but it's not for long.
It's a skinwalker. A skinwalker is a shape-shifting demonic entity. It's essentially a Native American witch or warlock that sells their soul in exchange for immortality, the ability to take on the skin or shape-shift, oftentimes in the form of a wolf, a dire wolf, or a werewolf-like creature, but they can also take on the shape of other animals as well. It's a topic that I found the Native American community likes to stay away from. They don't like to discuss it. To even say the name Skinwalker is negative. When I was first shown the property by exiting Bigelow Security, and I asked the security, I said, what is the nature of, what the hell is that? Why are those things hanging from the fence line perimeter of the property? And the security at the time looked at me with a straight face and said, look, the Native American neighbors that surround this property place these animal bladders on the fence line and bless them to keep the demonic spirits and entities inside this property and off of their property. And I quickly learned that the tribal leaders in the Uinta Basin and surrounding the property had been telling their people not to even look the way of the ranch, that they were told, don't even look the way of the property, or else you may have demonic forces, entities that would follow you.
And what's interesting about Greenland?
What the heck happened on that property back in the day? What the heck do they do that? Even the neighbors, it's just told down generation to generation to generation. Don't mess with that land. Put these bladders of animals and bless them so none of those spirits come over here. That's crazy. Whatever they did on that land. Let me know if you guys want to get a little deeper into the Skinwalker Ranch. We can do that.
And there's already evidence.
Also, let me know if you guys would like to see some scary TikToks, right? We'll have the conspiracy or the, not even conspiracy no more. It's today's news. If you guys want to see that, and maybe throw in a couple episodes of some scary, creepy TikToks. We'll get into those too. Let me know down below.
Of comet impact in Greenland. The next development was the discovery of this humongous crater and evidence that it was caused by an iron impactor of some kind. Dating of it, I would be irresponsible to say that that crater definitely dates to 12,800 years ago. But what I can say, and what the specialists are saying, it happened during the last ice age. Under it, under the crater, is nothing but massively disturbed and destroyed and completely wrecked ice from the Pleistocene. Above it is smooth, perfect ice from our epoch, which is called the Holocene, which began about 11,600 years ago.
This is a huge controversy in science at the moment.
I'm a sucker for like end of the world floods that wiped out civilizations in the past. I love learning about, maybe not even wiping out old civilizations, but just hearing about old floods and seeing, like, it'd be so fun to go on a road trip with these two dudes across America, and they'll just point out that's a flood, when all we ever thought was like just a little canyon or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah, look at that.
This is crazy. Huge sheet of water, 300 to 400 feet deep. It's rushing over. It begins to just strip away the rock. This cataract complex is about 5 miles across, and you can see what it's done to the bedrock. We're on the rock blade right there. So now you can begin to see the scale of this thing that we were just seeing from Google Earth.
Well, now the way when you describe it, God,
there you get a sense.
Oh my God.
There you get a sense of the rock blade.
Well, there you get a sense of what the volume of water must have looked like when it was rushing through there.
See the man standing right down there on the rock? See him?
Oh, that little dude?
That little dude is 6 feet tall. No, in real life, he's actually only 4 inches in height. Look at the people standing on the cliff edge there, the edge of the rock. But do you see him down there? What would survive, again, in the aftermath?
Not that dude.
No, not that dude.
Don't complain. Don't talk negative. That's average people talk normal. Average people talk problems. The greats talk solutions.
All right, there you have it, CaveFam. The greats talk solutions. We know the problem, but we also know what we need to do to fix the problem. Start working on those solutions, y'all. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. Like I said, audio version of this video was down below. Apple, Spotify, down below. If you guys made it this far, right? I see a lot of people say in the beginning, just like, comment, subscribe. I say it for the end. You got to earn that, right? That ain't given. You got to earn it. So if you made it this far and you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the CaveFam. Appreciate all the new CaveFam. Appreciate everybody. We're growing, y'all. We're growing slowly but surely, but I'm glad it's slowly, right? Because that means we're building family over here. Segovia signing out of the man cave. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.